Hey guys, James of Torches and Tactical, and if you've watched the channel for any amount of time at all, you know that I have loved my Wuben lights, whether it be the X1 with 12,000 lumens, the X2 with 2,500 lumens, or even the XO, this one coming in with the LH351D at 900 lumens. But today we have a very, very special treat for you. We have a prototype that's going to be on Kickstarter as of the time of this video release. And guys, let me tell you, I am incredibly excited about it. Now this is the Wuben X3, and just to give you a couple of the features of this light before we get into all the specifications. Now this is a swivel head light with 2 emitters. It gives you wireless charging, has a glow-in-the-dark body, it has blue indicators for when the power's on, it has wireless external charging, it includes a brick with a power bank feature, has a USB-C charging lanyard, as well as a screen for output and battery capacity when the light's on. So all that said, if that already intrigues you, you can go to the link down below and put in your Kickstarter order for the Wuben X3 yourself. Now, let's get into it. Now this is the Wuben X3 Owl. This is a EDC pocket light from our friends over at Wuben. They sent this to me about a month ago, and I've had the extreme pleasure of being able to use and give my feedback on this light. Now this particular one does come with a white and a red emitter. Now that white emitter will hit a total of 700 lumens. It is a Samsung LH351D, and the red emitter comes in at 670 nanometers. Now, if the red and white doesn't fit your style, they are going to have another option available that's going to give you 2 white lights, and instead of that 700 lumens, you will be able to activate both and hit 1200 lumens. Now, for the 700 lumen version that I have, this will hit 102 meters at 2,590 candela, and inside it does have a 1,000 milliamp hour polymer battery pack. But if that sounds like it might be a little on the low side, it does include the USB-C chargeable battery bank. Now, this doesn't use USB-C or any other traditional charging methods to get your X3 Owl topped off. But if you can tell, you do have the 2 lightning bolts here. That is because this does have Qi wireless charging. And yes, that means that you can throw your X3 on your phone charger and give it a little bit extra juice. Now, as far as the emitter, the white light does come in at 150, 150, and 700 lumen outputs, as well as an SOS mode. And that red emitter does give you a 1 and 70 lumen red output, as well as a 20 lumen red strobe. Now, considering this is a right angle light, one thing that I find fantastic is it is still IP65 water resistant rated and drop resistant to 1 meter. But before we dive into the light even further, let's go ahead and find out exactly what comes with the light. Now, as far as the packaging, I can't tell you exactly what the packaging is going to look like because they did send it in prototype packaging to me. But what I can tell you is they will include a user manual. This will give you everything you need on how to use your X3 and make the most of all of its features, as well as a USB-C to C charging lanyard. Now, the lanyard in and of itself is very, very nice. It is excellent quality, but when you need to charge that power brick, you can clip those tabs, and it is a USB-C to C cable. Now, I mean, if that's not innovative, I don't know what is. Another feature that it gives you is the fact that it does have a 25 centimeter measuring tape on the back, and that measuring tape comes to about 10 inches. So if we put this back in, let's get this out of the way. And in addition to those, you obviously do get your X3 in the 700 or the 1200 lumen option, as well as your USB-C power brick. So getting into the X3, I can tell you firsthand that this does feel very, very premium. Now, you don't get the nice cold feel that you normally get from your aluminum lights or even titanium, but this body being transparent and plastic is a necessity for that wireless charging. If it were metal, it would be blocking the radio waves and you wouldn't be able to get juice to this at all. But I feel it does fit the design motif of the other ECLs or everyday carry lights very, very well. Now, if I were to compare it to the X2, you can see that it has the brought-in waist lines, has very angular chamfered edges, and I mean, all in, it seems like it definitely belongs to the same family as the X2. But if I bring it in, you will see that the machining is very well done, and I can't find anything personally to complain about. It is incredibly tiny, fits in your hand, and could even disappear without issue. And for those full size specifications, this is 70 by 35 by 21 millimeters, and that is with that pocket clip on. And this whole light does come in at 70 grams. And for the power bank, this does come in at 85 by 47 by 40 millimeters. And this whole thing comes in with that 3000 milliamp hour battery pack at 102 grams. But before we spend too much time on the power bank, let's go ahead and focus back on the light. All right, now the light with its small size is fantastic, like Wuben says, as an ECL or everyday carry light. And with the pocket clip, you can hook this up to a vest or onto some MOLLE strips, or since it is an adjustable right angle, you can hook this up on the brim of a cap as well and use it as a makeshift headlight. Now that red light will make sure that you don't end up ruining your night vision, but the white light gives you good high CRI as well as that output of 700 lumens, and you're able to use this in any capacity in which you just need a bit more light than your phone will give you. Now, like I said, I've been using this for about a month, and this has been the light that I use every time I go outside and check on animals or check around the property. So, you're not going to win any awards for the 1 million lumens that this is going to put out or anything like that. But that 700 lumens is more than useful, and all of the different modes give you a multitude of options you could use this for. So if we focus on the user interface, now I will move this over to right angle just so we can see everything clearly. Now, like I said, it does have a screen on top that's going to let you know exactly what mode you're in, but we can press this E switch once. And here you can see it is in 1 lumen mode. You can press and hold this down and it'll switch over to 50 and then 150, or you can double tap and this will do all 700 lumens. Now, when it is on, you can triple click and this will move over to your white strobe mode. Or while it's off, you can press and hold, and this will kick on your 1 lumen red light mode. Press and hold again, it'll cut over to 70 lumen red light, or press and hold again, and you're now in your 20 lumen red strobe. But if we cut back over to the white light, this is 150 lumens, and you can see it has a very soft hotspot, and that's going to let you throw this out to that 102 meters, but you see quite a bit of spill here as well. Now it is very soft spill, and which makes sense because if you have a good look at this reflector, you can see it is very wide. Now it is that electrochromatic reflector that they have used in the XO as well as the G2 keychain lights. So they decided to stick with something that works very well and they know provides the results they are looking for. Now, since it is that Samsung LH351D, this does give you a very high CRI, and that is above 90, so that's going to give you good color reproduction, meaning that your reds will look red and your browns will look brown. Now, over on top of that TIR reflector with the very large electrochromatic, it does have a glass lens to make sure that things stay protected, and it's not going to sit there and scratch super easy as if it were a plastic lens. That matte black aluminum is protecting that glass lens, so you can see here that the glass lens does sit inset. And frankly, I love the color of this beam. Now, I've always been a fan of high CRI, and frankly, I've been a fan of floodlights. So this is very, very nice in my eyes personally. But when it is on, you also do see that those aren't the only emitters or the only lights that you see. When the light's on, you do see this glow here. These are some blue indicators that are actually going to affect the glow-in-the-dark body, but I'll throw up a picture now here of what the glow-in-the-dark looks like in full effect. But if you want to see how this wireless charging works, let's go ahead and grab a wireless charging bank that I have here so you can see how everything plays out. All right, so with a wireless battery pack, I can go ahead and turn this on, and then with the X3, I can place this face down, and you'll see those blue indicators do start a breathing motion, if you will. That's going to let you know that it is charging. And actually, if I rotate this, I can put the X3 down on the wireless charging, and you can see the battery indicator on top showing that it is getting the juice it needs. So that was just to show you how the mechanism works for the power bank. But if we use this power bank, all you got to do is slide this right in and flip that cover closed. And then with a simple press of this button, it will activate the electrons, and you can see that it's at 60% right now and is charging. But one nice thing about this is the fact that you can still use the light while it's charging. So this cover here does act as a diffuser, which is very nice if you need a little bit more diffused light instead of trying to get that whole 102 meters out. So with that off, another nice thing about this pack is the fact that it is USB-C to C. Now, like I showed you, it does come with a USB-C to C cord, and that's going to let you charge your devices just as so. Now you throw this side in here, and you can plug your phone into the other side, and we should see, there we go, 21%. It does show charging. So this 3000 milliamp hour battery pack can be used to charge your other external devices as well. Now that's pretty good if you ask me. But if we go ahead and get this out of the way, I know what you guys are going to want to see. You want to see exactly how this is going to fare against the competition. So let's get the cords out of the way. Let's get the power banks out of the way. And let's focus on the light. So let's get this Wuben X3, and we can compare it with another 700 lumen small light. Now this is the Rovivon E8 Angel Eyes, and they're similar in size as far as height goes, but that's about where the similarities end. Now this doesn't have a lot of the same cool features that the X3 has, but this is more specifically designed as a keychain light. So we're going to go ahead and compare 700 lumens to 700 lumens and see what you guys think. Alright guys, we are outside with the Wuben X3 as well as the Rovivon E8 Angel Eyes. So let's go ahead and get started with the X3. Now I cut right to the 50 lumens because, let's be honest, 1 lumen's not going to shine out far enough for anyone to see. So this is 50 lumens with the X3. Now we can bump that up to the 150 lumens. And if we double tap, it'll go to 700 lumens. Now this is 700 lumens with the X3. And one important thing to note is that these trees are 40 meters away. With that off, we'll go ahead and turn on the E8 Angel Eyes. We're in low, medium, and high. This is all 700 lumens with the E8 Angel Eyes. Now, to put it into perspective, I'll go ahead and turn this one off. And this is 700 lumens, although in a much different or much warmer and more accurate color rendering of the Wuben X3. Again, we have the E8 Angel Eyes, 700 lumens in a much cooler white, and 700 lumens with the Wuben X3. Also a little taste of exactly what the glow-in-the-dark body will do. Alright, now let's get back inside. Alright guys, so we did go out and we compared the Wuben X3 prototype light here with the E8 Angel Eyes from Rovivon, and I mean, I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised in frankly the output of both. But with the difference in design and the materials and everything, I have to say I am quite a fan of how the X3 gives you a lot of these more modern features, including wireless charging, as well as the LCD screen and everything, and not to forget that it does have magnets on the base as well. So if you need to, you can go ahead and clip your X3 onto any ferrous metal surface, but with the right angle, you can aim that light anywhere you might need it. And it holds pretty good too. But Wuben is able to pack a lot of features in with the X3, and while the E8 Angel Eyes does give you quite a bit of output and the dual fuel, it doesn't have a lot of the same features such as the wireless charging or the right angle adjustable lens. So I want to know down below what you guys thought. Also, keep in mind that you can get the X3 right now at the Kickstarter link down below. And I want to know if you guys like the dual emitter option or if you'd rather go with the two white lights. Now, I'm never going to say no to more output. However, I do like the fact that you can choose between the red and the white. The user interface on this is very intuitive. The design language and feel seems second to none and blends in very easily with the X2, the X1, and even the XO. Now the XO and the X2 were also Kickstarter campaigns, and they did very, very well. And while I'm excited about the X3, I have to say that I do appreciate the fact that Wuben has been listening to the public and that they've been implementing a lot of the design changes and emitter choices and other features that everybody seems to want. So I love what they've been doing, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Now, just a reminder, you can click on that link down below for the Kickstarter campaign for the Wuben X3, and the sooner you do it, the cheaper your price will be. So get in there soon, and you can join the X3, the X2, X1, and XO in the everyday carry light revolution. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.